All right, so welcome everybody. We've got a special guest here tonight, all the way from the cottages. They took a long time for them to get up here, so we really appreciate you guys. If you guys need gas money to get home, let me know.
Yes.
We'll spot you on that. But
We'll
all
take up the
downhill.
collection.
two of our favorite residents here, they're going to go over. It's not a honeymoon, was it? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
But we appreciate you guys doing this for us today here. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Dave. Oh, is this on? Okay, we're going to tell you about our trip to New Hampshire. And most of it, y'all, is just pictures of trees and bushes and stuff. So I may go through them pretty quick. Two things, though, before we get started. I wish there were more people here to get the word about the ladies' luncheon in Waco on December the 12th, I think. In Waco, and the bus, we'll have a bus here just like we did last year, but you got to sign up. Sign up. Let's get a good bus. So the sign-up sheet is in there in the activity area. So get on that list if you want to go to lunch. And the second thing is tonight at 6:30 in this room, there's the degree called the Royal Arch Widows degree. And who's putting it on?
Pecan Grove.
Pecan Grove. So it's at 6:30, and what it is it's a skit put on by the men who want the women to think what's going on in the lodge is what they're showing us. Well, ain't true. But anyway, it's fun. You'll have a good time. It'll be funny. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to just scan through the pictures. But before I start, I have a story. This first picture on the screen is the first day we were there in New Hampshire. But when we flew into Manchester, rented our car, it was dark, and we were on our way to our resort in Wolfboro, and all of a sudden Jim goes, "Ooh!" He's driving, and he goes, "Ooh!" And I'm looking at the navigation screen and busy, and I said, "What is it?" And he said, "Moose." A moose had come out of the underbrush right at us, and Jim had to speed up to keep the moose behind us so he wouldn't get in front of us and wreck us. But the funny part came when I asked the shape of his underwear. So, anyway, then
It will scare you.
Then we went on to our resort. Anyway, this is the view from the Yum Yum shop, which is Jim's favorite shop that we had to go to almost every day.
We did go every day.
Okay. Excellent bakery items, cookies, stuff. That's the view from the patio, and there's...
That behind there is...
Talk into that.
Is it on?
Yes.
That behind that is Lake Winnipesaukee. It's a huge lake. I think they said it was 21 miles long and 180 foot deep. So it's a beautiful, beautiful lake there. That place next to it that you can just see very little bit out of the left is a good steakhouse. So we had to eat there one night.
Had to.
Yeah.
And there's Jim on that patio.
With my big box of cookies.
Already at hand.
Sugar-free?
And some of these, I guess this is just me shooting pictures. We're beginning to see colors.
We were about 2 weeks early for the full fall color. But we did, the further north we got, the more color we started seeing.
The mountain view. And one thing about the pictures here, you may see duplicates because Jim's phone is linked to mine, Dave. I don't like that. Can we?
The photos you, yeah.
Thank you. Because some of the pictures in here he took, but they're on my phone. There's some red, and again, it's just, oh, look, there's my chauffeur. Up the mountaintop, you can see that they're, colors are coming. But like Jim said, we were about 2 weeks early to get the really good peak. We've been there during the good peak, and it's gorgeous. Pictures don't do it justice.
I think these were on our ride up to Mount Washington,
Yeah, this was the first day. No, well, this was the first day.
the second day.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, we were on our way up there.
We took a ride on up Mount Washington in New Hampshire, and it's called the Cog, and it's an old-timey. I think I have a picture. I've got a picture of the rail. There's the train, and I'll explain to you how it works.
There's the train.
Yeah.
And the trains that you see there are the newest trains. They had coal-driven steam engines on the original trains, and we've ridden those several times. But when they started wearing out, they went looking for a new train and they couldn't find any. So the people at the place here, they got together with their engineers and built their own trains. It took them 2 years to build the first one, and then it went a little faster after that. They have 5 trains, and they keep 3 of them running all day long.
You can see the color starting to come in there.
Yeah, this is on the way up.
This is at the Cog.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the base station though. We went as high as 28, 22.
I don't remember.
See?
I
I've
think
got
we
it.
got a picture of it at the top, though.
This is on our way to Mount Washington, so there's a better picture of the train.
Those
There's
seats, the seats in the cars, when
Oh,
you
yeah.
get to the top, they just turn them over.
Yeah, but
They're
when you
on a
get in
swivel.
them, when you get in the seats, before you go anywhere, the seats are like leaning this way. And so when you start going up the hill, up the mountain, you level out and it works fine. And like Jim said, when you come back down the mountain, the seats are this way. So, yeah, so as you go down the mountain, your body levels out. This is how the cog rail operates. They've got a gear that fits in the middle of that track. They've got a gear that fits in between each of those. What do you call those?
Chain, I call them, I don't know.
Whatever. But that's what pulls the train up the track, up the mountain. And these buildings, believe it or not, are level. So that's how they have to build them on the side of the
It's just
world's first cog rail. Okay, world's first cog, and that's in Mount Washington at White Mountain.
yeah.
Yeah, that building is level.
And
Honestly.
that building is where they go in the winter. They do not go all the way to the top of the mountain in the winter. And once you get on top of the mountain, you'll see why. The United States strongest winds have been
Speaking of
recorded up on top of that mountain. And I think it was 120 miles an hour. Now, the time before this, when we were up there, it was 70 miles an hour and sleeting. So the sleet was going level with the ground.
And it hurts.
Yeah, it hurt bad.
Just another shot of the train. More color, and there's the cog that there at the bottom that you can see. Just another shot. Like I said, there's a lot of boring pictures here, but you'll get to see some color.
You can see the fog starting to roll in now.
I'm standing at a 37-degree angle, and as the train's going up. I could, from that position, put my right foot out, lean over and touch the floor. I mean, without bending, I could just, balance myself. That's a 37-degree angle. That's how steep the mountain was. That's the inside of the train. This is called rime ice, and what happens here is the wind is blowing so hard, and it's sleeting or snowing, sleeting probably, so hard that as it hits objects on its way by that object or on that object, it freezes. And so that's why you see the feather light. What does this say? Oh yeah. I'll read it for you. On April the 12th, 1934, in its second year of Operation Mount Washington, Observatory made history. The fledgling weather station, the fledgling weather station operated out of a road stage office. Its crew made weather observations continuously, reporting occasionally by radio to other weather enthusiasts in New England. As the gusting winds of a spring storm escalated from 75 to 160
It was more than I thought.
to an incredible 231 miles an hour. Can you imagine? With the telegraph clicking at almost unbelievable speeds, astonished amateur radio listeners who could hear a world record being set for the highest wind speed ever recorded at a staffed weather monitoring station. So 231 miles an hour, official. And that's the repeat of that. Oh, come on. There. When we got to Mount Washington, you can see forever. But on the day we were there is what you're seeing. That's as far out as we could see. And that little pyramid-like looking thing is that a monument?
It's a monument. And they've got a statue of a hiker. If you look right up at the very peak, it looks like somebody's standing up there, but that's not. Right there on the right-hand side of it.
But that's as far as we could see, and I was really anticipating bringing y'all back some panoramic views and sunshiny things, but no.
Yeah, the fog rolled in real thick and the rain started.
And there's the elevation of Mount Washington, 6,288 feet, and we were at it.
Wow.
And there's two ways you can get to the top of the mountain. You can go up the cog railway, which I think is the better way, but on the back side, they do have a road that goes all the way up there that's open part of the year.
And I'm going to read this to you at the back so if you can't read it. Most of the mountainous areas that can be seen from here, except 60 acres of private land and state park on the summit, is part of the White Mountain National Forest. This 725,000 acre public property is managed for timber production, watershed protection, hunting and fishing, and outdoor recreation. Large tributaries of 4 major New England rivers rise here. This is your national forest to see and enjoy. So that was at White Mountain.
And part of the, I can't think of that hiking trail that runs through there. Do you remember the name? Appalachian Trail.
Is that what it is?
Runs through there. So you'll see hikers at the bottom of the building where these pictures were taken. In the basement, they have an area for the hikers to change clothes and shower, and, 'cause gets pretty cold up there.
And the day we were there, it was raining.
Yeah.
And there were two women hikers that came in very undressed for the weather. And they were soaking wet.
And that's another thing, they made a new law in New Hampshire now. If they have to come and rescue you in the mountains and you weren't prepared, in other words, you didn't have proper clothing and food and water, they charge you for rescue. So if you were prepared and you broke a bone or something, they'll come and get you. They don't charge you nothing. But they're getting too many of them that are trying to hike up there and don't have a clue what they're getting into.
This is one of the cars that took us back down the mountain. Two of them. More pictures of flora and fauna. There we are leaving the, oh, this is
Mount Washington.
Mount Washington Hotel. And I'll have to read it from here. Standing to the east, the Mount Washington Hotel was completed in 1902 as one of the largest, most modern grand hotels in the White Mountains. One of the few built in a single campaign, whatever that means. Designed by New York architect Charles Alling Gifford, the hotel was financed by Concord, New Hampshire native Joseph Stickney, an industrialist who had purchased 10,000 acres here in 1881. Served by as many as 57 trains a day, the Mount Washington Hotel became known as one of the most luxurious summer resorts in the United States. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1986.
And it is a year-round lodge. They have snowmobile trails, they have hiking trails, they have fishing, they have a little bit of everything there. You can see the gate down there. Used to, you could drive up and they didn't charge you if you just wanted to come up and take pictures.
Oh,
Now they
nobody
put
does
that
that.
gate there and they charge you to go in to take pictures, so. That's why we're taking long distance pictures.
You didn't stay there then, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Tap on it once. Or twice.
I messed it up, David?
Kind of double tap on it, see if it'll come back to you.
Nope.
No. Rotate your phone. And then back again. Okay, now see if it works.
Oh,
There you go.
I didn't squeeze it down enough. Okay, so we're back to those boring old pictures of countryside, mountains. There's a bridge we went over. They have bridges up there.
That was going into Kittery, Maine, is where we went over that bridge.
And Kittery, Maine has a huge outlet mall kind of like thing. And that's why we went to Kittery, not for the lobster, for the mall.
No, we went for the lobster, because I got lobster.
We got lobster pie. They had lobster pie.
And clam
And I
chowder.
got to see a moose. That was in Columbia's store, I guess.
No, that was in that trading shop. I can't
Whatever.
remember what the name of it.
I finally got to see a moose. There it is. Oh, and the roads, this is why I took this picture. The roads that you see on that GPS, that's exactly how they were, windy. You try to drive that stuff at night. We were on our way to Plymouth this day. See how windy they are? It was raining.
And 55 is the average speed limit up there. You'll drive maybe 5 miles at 55 and then it goes down to 30. And then you'll see a sign with a curve on it that says 10 miles an hour. And when you see that, you better be doing 10 miles an hour. They do not kid about their curves up there. And another thing you'll see is a dip. What we think of as a dip is like this. What they think of when you're going down the road and the road does one of these numbers, going down a real steep hill. So you better slow down when you see that sign too.
There's really not much color change going on the time we were there. Wish we had waited a couple of weeks and I think we would have been.
These are pictures we took from our second train ride from Plymouth to, I don't remember the name of that town.
I've got it here.
Yeah.
I've got it labeled here somewhere.
And you'll see we're both taking the same pictures. That's the railroad we went on for our second train.
Oh, the second, yeah.
We didn't go on that particular train.
Winnipesaukee is what the lake was.
That is a normal passenger train
Meredith,
you
that's
saw
where
there.
we went. We went to Meredith.
Yeah. Meredith to Plymouth, that's what it was.
What was the temperature about that? Was it like in the 50s?
It was pretty, for me,
Yeah.
it was pretty chilly. It was about 60s at night and 70s something
No, it was
in the
in
day.
the 40s at night and
Oh,
the
excuse me.
60s in the day.
Wow. So
You know, high 50s. So the temperature was perfect.
Too cold for me.
And you
Me
can see
too.
how comfortable I am.
That was out the back window of this train. So they had a pusher engine at the back pushing us wherever we were going. Somewhere in here, and I hope it works, is a video of us driving down the road, and you can see all the colors.
I
As you-
think that's way after this. So,
Oh, there we go.
yeah. That looks like us.
I know those people. Where's this?
That's that bridge we crossed going to Plymouth.
Meredith.
They had a waterfall there, a dam, that's what it was. I was looking for the picture of the, there they are. The deer there.
Well, I hadn't got there yet.
Yeah, you just passed it, the picture behind, there it is. If you can see all the, those are the red deer, and
Red
they
tail.
raise them for cosmetic purposes. The guy that owns that farm and the one you'll see in just a minute, the tree farm, they have owned, that family has owned that since the 1800s.
And this acreage,
God dog it.
this acreage that's here has 20,000 Christmas trees on it. 20,000, and they sell them every year.
Yeah, but it's owned by the same family, like I said, from the early 1800s.
It's just another shot of it.
And I want to say it's like 165,000 acres that they own there.
I don't know, but they got 20,000
It's
trees on it.
huge. Yeah. I know it goes on forever. And this is just one of the many, there's a bunch of lakes up in New Hampshire. This is one of the many that we passed.
Initially, I thought this was when I looked at the picture first, it looked like a fence running through the water. No, what you're seeing in the front here is the road. So that it's the road divided from the sea or ocean, lake, by a fence. And a lot of the days, there's that Christmas tree thing again. A lot of the days, some of the days were rainy. There were 3 days that were rainy, so you'll see a lot of moisture and mist.
And luckily, those were the 3 days we were on the train, so
Yeah.
we wasn't out in it too much. I'm not sure why we took that picture.
I'm not sure why you took this picture. There's some red showing. Waterfall. Isn't that what that is?
Mm-hmm. That's going
A
over the
dam.
train.
Yeah, that's a
the
dam.
creek and the dam right there. We got some beautiful waterfall pictures later on.
Another train ride.
I think this is where we were getting, no, this is where we were getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where we went to for lunch. And it was cold and rainy and yucky that day. And when we got there, they fed us. And when we got to the tables, they already had a hot bowl of soup at the table for each of us. So
And it was really good soup too. They had a buffet waiting for us. It was called the Hungry Man.
Hungry Man.
Yeah, and he has 26 restaurants throughout New Hampshire.
Only in New Hampshire.
Yeah, just in New Hampshire. He was, I think they said he's
Common Man. Common Man.
Yeah, Common Man, yeah. He was, he's over 80 years old, but he still visits all of his restaurants, and they serve just regular good food. And later on, you'll see us eating at another one.
This is the porch on that house back
Yeah.
here that you saw, on that house. This is the porch.
That is a lodge and a restaurant there. There, I think we're going back taking pictures.
There we are. Well, there Jim is.
They set up a buffet for us. That was part of your train ride, was a buffet meal.
And this is from a place we ate at that had a golf course.
Yeah. That's a third train ride.
There's the golf course, part of the golf course. But, you know, that day it was blue skies and clouds, and that's, you know, it's hard to know. Another eating episode.
They had a good breakfast there. I found a lot of good restaurants in New Hampshire.
This was the third train ride, Mountaineer. That's the name of the, I guess, the company or whatever.
That's actually the golf course restaurant, but they opened it up for the people that were on the train. You could go there and eat breakfast. That's the station where we got on the train.
See, blue skies.
This one goes through a big pass, and I can't remember the name of it, but it goes pretty high, and you'll see it's straight up on one side and straight down on the other side.
Getting more color, because the further north we went, and this was the further north that we went outside of Mount Washington. The further north you go, the better color you get.
They were in a very dry period, drought area up there. They hadn't had rain in a long time. You couldn't have any fires or anything up in the mountains. So all that rain we got up there, they were really looking forward to that.
A little river running down by again, the building is level. Oh, it's out the window. I wondered why the picture was crooked, but it's out the window of the train.
We were lucky the conductor would tell us which side of the train was the best one to get pictures. And on this particular train ride, The ones that sat on the outside got better pictures going up. So when we got to the top, we swapped and we took the other side and let them have the side to take good pictures from.
A lot of dupes.
Go back to that last one there, if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can start to see the color up in the top is starting to turn a little more red. There's one that we'll see a little later on that you can see the red real pretty up in there.
This is all
But you
from
can see
train
how high
windows.
we're getting there.
Again, his pictures are mixing with mine. Dave, you gotta fix that.
I think we ought to be getting close to those waterfalls.
Oh, the telegraph poles are still up from back in the 1800s, whenever they put up the telephone poles. They're still up. That's what kind of wood we need to make our street signs out of.
Yeah.
Not telephone, but telegraph, not telephone, telegraph poles. It's a good mountainside shot, but not much color. There, the reds are coming in.
I think this was the highest bridge that we went across.
How high?
I don't remember. If he told us, I don't remember.
You didn't take notes?
There's some of the waterfalls over there on the far side.
Left side.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like much of a waterfall, but that's what they told us it was.
This is coming into the station at the end of the ride, I believe. Yes.
This train we rode. And the station.
We'd seen that station going to Mount Washington, and we thought at first that's where we were going to have to catch that train. And that's a lot. It's on the other end of the state from where we were.
Crawford is the name of the station we went to on this train that you're seeing now.
That's one you took from the back of the train.
Yeah, this is from the back of the train. And there was a hiker taking a picture of us. We were taking a picture of him.
There's more hiking trails up there, and the cars, I mean, were parked everywhere, people going up to hike.
I still haven't seen the video though.
It's when we go through the mountain. We're not there yet. It's the
There it
next
is.
day.
One of them.
Wow.
Well,
Pretty
that's
flowing
one.
water.
Yeah.
That was just before you get down into that little river.
Did you test to see how cold the water was?
No, sir.
No?
No, no. He wouldn't go in.
They were happy to see the rain because most of those little creeks up there weren't running, and normally they're running all the time, but they were dry.
There's some red.
This is where we're going through that camp. They call it Camp Road.
No. But I don't remember the name of it either. But
Yeah.
it wasn't Camp.
It was it's got a name about that long, but they call it something else. It's
Kangamongus.
Yeah,
Kangamongus.
It's,
They call it the Kang.
32 miles long, and it's very narrow, but they do have some lookout points, and you'll see us stop at some of them. Now, here's the one I was talking about.
This doesn't do the color justice. You can see a lot of color, but
It's a little brighter than what we're seeing here, but you can see how narrow those roads are. And again, 55 miles an hour, and most of the time you couldn't get that.
and no passing, no passing. But the video doesn't do the colors justice. I mean, they were, even though there was little color at the time we were there, it just doesn't do it justice. Reds and oranges. The first time we were up there in New Hampshire, we stayed at a bed and breakfast that the building was 100 years old. And it was out in the country. And in the mornings, you could be laying there and hear, just close your eyes, there are cows coming across the pasture with their bells on, coming up to feed. And it was just, it was so nice and peaceful. But that was out in the country. More color.
That's one of the lookouts we stopped at.
Sorry, y'all, this is so boring.
And that again, there's both of us taking pictures, and most of us are getting the same one.
There we are. That was up on top of one of the, what do they call them, roadside things?
Yeah,
Lookout. Oh, and the last day we were there, we took a road trip, and that's what you're going to be seeing here. Oh, that was the end of the road trip. I guess
that
it
was that other restaurant I was talking about.
Yeah, this was our last day there, and that was a Common Man restaurant.
Yeah,
I guess this is our road trip.
I think that's that last little creek on that. No, see, we're still up on that road.
Well, then the pictures are mixed up.
You can start to see the color a little better now. But like I said, the
That's it.
pictures don't do it justice of what we did see. It's beautiful country up there. If you ever get a chance, you need to go.
But Lake Winnipesaukee is where we stayed, and it is I guess the largest lake that they have up there in that area. But again, 2 weeks later, and y'all would have seen more red and yellow and brilliant colors. But that's about it.
Were there a lot of people on the roads up there? Did you guys pretty much have the roads to yourself?
No, there were a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of tourists that were looking around. They did the same thing we did.
Yeah.
Especially along that road right there. That's the most famous road for the
Kangamongus.
colors. And we got that from two policemen
Oh, yeah.
who, in the middle of the night, helped us that first night we got there. Our lodge office was closed, but on the bulletin board, they left us a key and a map how to get to our room.
We couldn't find a room.
Yeah, that map didn't do it justice to
So,
where the room was.
so we were parked in the middle of the parking lot, and up behind us come two police officers. Can we help you? No, yes you can. You can find this room. So
And they
anyway,
did find it
yeah,
for
they
us.
found us, but
But-
they told us where to go, and well, on the tourist routes and stuff. So it was.
Yeah, they were really nice guys.
Yeah.
They really helped. And once they found out what we were doing.
Not gonna rob the place. Well, that's it, guys. Sorry there wasn't more color, but we'll do better next trip.
Very good. That was really
That was great, thank you.
I got it all.
Don't forget, ladies luncheon,